there's no really surprises, between the two of us. The only difference this time around is if I were to play Andy. I mean, he's won the last match, so there's a little bit of a change because I had his number for so long. That's maybe a little bit of a difference. I don't know if that's better or worse for anybody, but because in slams it's a different situation again. Because I've been so dominant the last few years. With Novak, I mean, he's been, I don't know, the best hardcore player this season, but he's been very good, and that's why either one it's going to be really difficult. So I don't know what it's going to come down to, but I like to say when the best player is usually day form.
Roger, as you speak of your change in emotional outlook, you sound more and more like Pete Sampras. Are you starting to identify with Pete, who, in the beginning of his career did keep his head down and then began to show his emotions in the latter stages?
No, look, I mean, I know a little bit of his career, but not everything. I don't know how he went through, his demeanor on court, how it all happened throughout his career. But for me, it's all about being myself out on the court, And I had a tough time just sort of getting my act together out on center court, trying to behave properly, I don't know if he ever had a problem with that, but for me that was a big deal. So finally, when I got my act together, I started to relax a little bit. Results came, and so I kept on, doing that. I've always tried to show emotions as much as I sort of could, without really disturbing my concentration, Maybe it's just, who knows, maybe it's just a couple of weeks I'm going crazy, and after that you'll see me more relaxed again. I don't know yet, but no, I mean, I've always been a very relaxed guy, so this is nothing really too drastic of a change.
Roger, how would you compare the way you feel now in terms of the tennis as you did last year and the year before, say?
Well, let's say last year, I mean, I thought matches were really difficult against Lopez and Isner. I was really relieved coming through those matches, and then looking ahead in the draw, I was like quite worried, playing, who was it? Andy in the quarters, which was a tough draw, and then Davydenko in the semis, and Novak in the finals, and I didn't drop a set anymore, and that's sometimes what happens. All of a sudden you turn it on, and you look back and you're like, wow, I struggled, in the third, fourth round, but then didn't drop a set till the end. So that's sometimes how slams go, and that's what I'm hopefully created again for myself, an opportunity to do that, and didn't use that much energy after all. The Andreev match didn't take much out of me, so I'm really happy with my mindset going into the semifinals.
Last two in English.
Roger, last year in the finals, you met with Djokovic. There's a chance you might see him again soon. He has changed a little bit through the year, not imitating so much out of the court. Has your opinion of him, how is it different now if you were to play him compared to a year ago in the finals?
Well, we've only played twice, right? Since Australian Open and Monaco, yeah. So I mean, we haven't played that much really. I mean, so and he gave up in Monaco, which was only one set on clay. So really, the only one we can look back at is almost the Australian Open. But there, I didn't think I was my very very best. So I hope that this time around it's going to be something similar to the US Open. Hard fought tennis from the baseline, and if we were to play, and he's definitely gained in experience. I mean, he's played in bigger matches and deep into the tournaments. He's been very consistent for his young age, and he's won his first slam, so things have changed for him, no doubt, but he's never won the US Open, so I have that over him, and in case I play, Andy knows how to do it, so there goes a bit of experience, in Andy's favor, for instance, or in mine.
Roger, what's your...
Roger, you said on the on-court interview that you were actually trying to relax yourself by saying, well, if we go to a fourth set, that's okay. Would you be conceding that, maybe even mentally, perhaps last year or a couple of years before, and I guess along that line, have you come to terms with perhaps the idea of not being invincible anymore?
No, I mean, it's not like I'm happy to go four, or anything like that kind of attitude. It's just like, it looks like we're going four, so let's just try to do your best in this set still, and let's try to make the guy doubt, and let's try to still play your best tennis, and if you turn it around, that's incredible. And it's always, my mindset's always been like this. I'm not like the dreamer where I'm like, oh, I'm 4-2 up and I'm 4-2 down. You know, I don't try to put myself in the lead. You know, just for mental sake. You know, I've always been very realistic. You know, where I am at. You know, in the match, and today was tough. You know, and the third set tiebreaker didn't look like I was going to win it. So that's why